can't not. It has no choice. It has tried not to, and it's finally breaking.
There are many ways to process the evolving world around you. My one way into understanding my life has been through film. I think that is like a undeniably liberating and encouraging thing.
We live in a world that is acknowledging young women in a way that it never has. Typically, I would say like the biggest prize should go to somebody who did something new and different and has pushed the envelope, really like kicked it forward.
Of course, we have the jury president, Kristen Stewart.
Like, yeah, she's cool, she'll get us some prize. I know that's probably not, anyone who like is actually in charge of putting me here is like, that is absolutely not why we did this, but I would only be here if they've bolstered me with the most incredible fellow artists that actually I wouldn't be here without them, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, I think the jury would look different had, I don't know, maybe this motherfucker was the, maybe everyone else would have been filled in differently, but.
No, I'm very relaxed because for me it's perfect because if we get along, then it's fine. And if we don't, I can tell to everybody, you know, I met Kristen Stewart, she's a fucking bitch. I met the she's absolutely horrible. So I'm in the best position because I'm the lowest. It's great. Whatever happens for me, it's perfect. It's very simple.
We all feel super differently about everything, and I will say that nobody's pissed me off. Nobody's offended me. I've definitely had a few moments where I was really thankful for their brains because mine needed a little help towards certain things, and I feel like there's nothing better than watching a film and then talking to a homie afterwards and going, it's not that your mind changes, it's just that your sort of relationship with your memory changes. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you know, you walk out of a movie and you feel like so strongly about something, but then you have a conversation, you're like, I actually think the opposite of whatever I just felt. That's what they're for. That's like, I love watching movies alone, but I really, really prefer watching them with people, and that's been, I don't know, I'll shut up, but it's been, there's a varied group here, but I also think that there's like a little bit of groupthink taking over, which is like a sort of scary word, but it's really cool. It's nice to be swept up in that. It's nice to be like, I guess if I was completely alone, I would have a totally different list of things that rose to the top and sunk to the bottom. But suddenly I feel like all of ours might converge, and he's probably thinking the opposite of what I'm saying. But I do think there's but it's
I think that most of the real life women that I've played have been predominantly known through images and sort of in a more singular way through their image, versus any type of self-designated unschooling that they've allowed other people to be privy to. I mean, there's a certain amount of, I could get into each one, but I think there's a certain amount of like self-defining through art, writing, or music, or connecting with other people that obviously is sort of undeniably available if you consume multiple images, but primarily people are pretty convinced by an image that it is because it was captured in one moment and it's in color, black and white, and defined in celluloid, like it's like this, something comes across like it's like a fact. So like if you play a real character, somebody could do a side by side and go, well, I saw her here and you didn't look like her here. There's really never any possible way to get, we all have a different set of eyeballs. We all have a different way of viewing every picture ever captured of a famous person. And so like, I mean, I guess if the actual question was like, how do you approach playing a real person versus not a real person? I've never done anything like, I've never done any of these biopics in order to tell anyone's whole story. I can only look at someone from my perspective and acknowledge that a picture is subjective, even if it, you know, even if it's like a historical document.